hello, and welcome. My name is Lee Cara. This is an abbreviated version of Unleash Your Light. You know, I do these shows and they run like an hour, and I'm yapping. Well, what I'm going to say today, what we're going to talk about is something that is really important and relevant and practical, and something that each of us can focus on in an individual and yet collective way. And I think it's really important. So, this is going to be short. Yes, I'm going to censor myself and keep it brief. Brief. So, brief for me, maybe 10-ish minutes. We'll see. We'll see. I got my fingers crossed. Okay. Hello, and welcome. My name is Lee Cara. This is Unleash Your Light. Let's talk about Lionsgate. Now, here's what we're not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the astrology. I'm not going to talk about the details. I'm not going to talk about the Galactic Council of whatever. I'm not going to talk about anything with a really long and complicated explanation. I'm not the science girl. I'm not the theology girl. I'm not the woo-woo guru girl. None of that is me. None of that is me, and you don't need it. You don't need it. I mean, is it helpful? Is it nice to know? Is it fun to explore and to learn? Yes. But do you need it to go through the Lionsgate? No, we're all going anyways. So you don't really need any of that. But here's the energies that are present. Here's what is happening right now as we speak. And please speak to your own life. Share in the comments if you would like. But we're in this space of a Schrodinger's box as we roll into this Lionsgate energy. And as I said, I'm going to be succinct here. The energy of the Schrodinger's box, I'm sure that everyone knows it, but let's just go over it. There is a box. It's an experiment. There is a box. There is a cat inside. The cat is either alive or dead. Or the cat is both alive and dead. That's like the big science experiment. Is the cat alive or dead? Is the cat both alive and dead? Now, everybody has their opinion on whether one or the other. Everybody has their opinion about can it be both things at the same time in the same space of reality. This pregnant moment before we open the box is what kind of is that anticipatory space of, do I have a kitty cat that I'm going to take home and love and have a good life with? Or is this cat dead and I'm going to have to dig a hole in the yard, right? So this is the energy that we are literally sitting in right now. Or are shifting into and out of. Those Lionsgate energies are really strong and in the happening already, okay? So when we look at our lives, it's almost like for a long time we saw a lot of options, no options. We've seen a lot of different spaces in our life where things could have taken a left turn, a right turn, and we all kind of are familiar with the theory that every time we make a decision, we create another timeline. We create another version of the reality that we live in. In doing so, we passed up opportunities that the universe put in front of us several times, sometimes more than once. We passed up on these opportunities that the universe put in front of us. Now, I am of the belief that we kind of plan out where we're going with our lives ahead of time, that we kind of set this energetic goal. And especially if you are a light worker, a star seed, a Pleiadian, an awakened, whatever the hell you like to call yourself. I don't care. Call yourself whatever you want. Especially if you're one of those people, one of us, because we brought with us a mission when we came here to use our energy, to use our light, the way that we amplify it, the way that we feel it, the way that we express it, to shine out and affect people around us. Now, I believe that's everyone's mission, but there are some of us who feel called to do it out loud, publicly, very publicly, and to invite others to do it with them. And I've been honored to meet many of you, and I am honored to consider myself one of those who has that compelled energy. Now, having that energy ahead of time, knowing there's certain things that I wanted to accomplish coming here in my role as light worker, awakened, blah, 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 whatever it is. Okay. Now, obviously, we all have our free will to choose whatever we want. And as I said, each one of these choices has created different versions of reality. And now we have a million because our free will has led us to create multiple possibilities. Now, what the energy, the overall energy of this Lionsgate, and this is just my interpretation of this is what the universe says to me, is that they're trying to pull these timelines back together again. They're trying to condense the timelines. So let's say that there was a partnership, whether it is a business partnership, a spiritual partnership, or a physical partnership that you were supposed to get together with to then enhance your mission moving forward. And when you encountered that person, that partnership, that part, you were not in a space to accept it, or they were not in a space to offer it, and so you go your separate ways. And then the universe brings you back together again to do XYZ, XYZ, and you get another choice. And maybe you went, hell no, and you went off again. So, but that reality of being together in some timeline, you and this partner got together, have been collaborating, are on the road in a more clear way towards what it is that you know, the vision that you have been given, the feeling compelled. Okay. So the universe is trying to pull these timelines together where more of us are able to fulfill that outcome that the universe, that we, prior to coming into this particular lifetime, or maybe we plan all the lifetimes ahead of time. I don't know. Again, I'm not the detaily girl. Fill in whatever sort of belief system you like. So here we are with this opportunity, and we've created so many timelines with our free will. The universe is like, we need to yank it back. We need to pull them back in, and we need to have as many of these fated timelines pulled together as possible, whether it is with a passion, a person, a place, a thing, whatever it is. Okay, so we're having this energy of having another chance, another space. Hi, Cindy. Another space to step into the timeline that we were fated for, or that we wanted to have. Okay. Now, this energy of the Lion Gate is us sitting in a Schrodinger's box. The stronger this energy becomes to narrow down the timelines to one that ends up, of course, the detaily things will be slightly different, but to one that ends up with us, with you, on that path, that vision that you have for yourself, doing the mission, whatever your mission may be, whatever your calling, your compellation, you being compelled towards is. So as we approach this Lionsgate, the energy has been getting stronger and stronger and stronger of, I don't want to say shit or get off the pot, but shit or get off the pot. Almost like the vision is becoming so clear that there are now like two versions of reality that we are seeing with our mind, okay? So that's where we come to with this Schrodinger's box energy as we step into the Lionsgate. And now we're down to the Schrodinger's box, and we can see these two visions. And the two visions that most of us, that many of us are having, and I've spoken with many people, I've been doing readings lately, and I've been observing. Very clearly, you can see in your mind the version of you that chooses to continue with destructive patterns and destructive cycles. Very clearly, you can see a timeline where you go back into the same patterns, you go back into the same relationships or the same types of relationships, you go back into the same karmic loop that you've been doing in a roundabout, right? Because we do the roundabout over and over again with the things that we're trying to heal until we figure out a way to get off. And sometimes that way is through healing. Sometimes it's a disruption. Sometimes it's, the universe kicking you in the ass. It can be a lot of things. But stepping back into that, we know what that looks like. You know what your karmic loop looks like. You know what the pain looks like. You know what the patterns look like. You know what that is. We always have a feeling that we want to fix those. We're always compelled to try to fix the things in our past that we didn't get right. And that's part of the thing that keeps us in karmic loops. It keeps us in relationships too long. It keeps us in jobs too long. It keeps us in cities too long, places too long, mindsets too long, because familiar hell is better than unfamiliar heaven. We recognize these patterns and we think if I can just do it right, I'm going to overcome this. But often it's not about doing it right. It's about knowing when to stop doing it. Okay, so that's option number one that we're all seeing. We're all seeing life as we already know it, whether that is believing in the evil in the world, whether that is a pattern of victimhood in your life, whether that is a karmic loop where you are, constantly doing more for others than they do, whatever it is, whatever your tick is, there's one timeline. We just go right along the way that it is. But we are also seeing in an incredibly clear way, so many of us, the vision, like a perfect vision, like glimpses of the life that could be if we were able to step into everything, saying and doing just as we should, being the person that we hope to be, doing the thing that we hoped to be doing. Okay, now that is different for every person. For some people, it's very public. For some people, it's very private. For some people, it's fully emotional. For some people, it's more professional. Whatever it is that you feel that you were put here to do, that you are not doing right now, you are getting more and more visions of a life exactly like that. Exactly like that. That is the other option in the Schrodinger's box. So either the cat is dead, which is more of the same, more of the karmic loop. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes we love our karmic partner so dearly that we're willing to put up with all the pain to stay in as many loops with them as possible. Sometimes we're so scared to step into a space without our karmic partners that we will stay in the karmic loop. We'll stay in the pain. We'll stay in this reality that we already know. The other option in Schrodinger's box is that the cat is alive, which is like everything that you always wanted but have no idea how it looks, have no idea how you'll get there, have no idea, you have a vision of what it looks like, but you're not quite sure of all the steps that get there. That fear of not quite being sure maybe is what's keeping you from stepping into it fully, right? So this is the energy that we're sitting in here at the Lion's Gate, and everybody's choice is different. Everybody's two cats are different. The difference between a Schrodinger's box experiment and what's happening now is that you get to choose what happens when we open the box. When you step through this Lion's Gate energy, which version of reality are you choosing? Which version of reality are you choosing? Energetically, I know that everyone has noticed things are moving faster. I know that everyone has noticed that the manifestation is going quicker, that when you think something, it happens faster, especially if that's one of those things that you do, one of those gifts that you play with. When you think about somebody, they reach out faster. When you concentrate on something, you get an answer quicker. I'm finding that the lines of communication are open so much more clearly for me personally, with the universe, with what they want me to see, with the synchronicities, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure that it's happening the same in your life. Everyone that I have spoken to that is even the tiniest bit awakened, even those who don't buy into this, are feeling something different. And as we walk through this Lion's Gate, we, as the awakened, whatever you like to call yourself, we as the light workers, light star seeds, hippy dippy, woo-wah, whatever you want to call us, okay? We are the ones who are setting the tone, because we understand how our choices affect the energy. It is very important at this point to look closely at what is a karmic loop and what is my mission. What is my pain and what is my pleasure? And I mean, for a lot of people, it's hard to tell the difference because we've been working so hard on ourselves that our karmic loops look like what we're supposed to be doing here on this planet. And yet we get those visions of another lifetime. Now, how do we know the difference? In the reality where the cat is alive, there is joy. There's joy. There is laughing. It's not that everything is perfect and nothing is ever wrong again, but there is laughter. There is happiness. There is fun. There are things that you have never encountered before, rather than this karmic loop of repeat. The other version is trying to figure out a new way to do an old thing. Trying to see something in a different way so you can keep going down that same road. Okay? These are the karmic loops. But again, we have made them into a mountain that we have to climb. And so sometimes our ego gets involved. I have to get this right. Sometimes it's an emotional connection. I don't want to leave this person behind. I don't want to leave this experience behind. But we are making a strong choice. Just because you choose to have the cat alive doesn't mean everything from the old life gets thrown away. It does mean that you are choosing to see it all differently. It does mean that you are choosing to step into that space fully recognizing your own divine connection and everyone else's around you. This Lion's Gate is the opportunity to step in to the amplification of the divine energy in the way that you have always envisioned it, in the way that that vision was put into your mind. This is that opportunity. It is within you to make the choice to become that amplifier of joy, of love, of laughter. And how do we do this? By choosing the thing that gives us joy and laughter. By walking away from those things that bring us pain over and over and over again. And I know that this is not an easy thing because we think the walking away is so painful. The changing of the life is so painful. But it's something that I say often when I do my readings is that we know what our life looks like now. You know what your life looks like now. And you know how you want it to look. You have that image. Everyone has that image in their mind of that ideal life where we are doing what we should, what we want, not should in a judgmental way, but should in like a faded way. That thing. Everyone has that thing. And living not in that space of pursuing that often brings with it a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of pain. And it adds to our own, I don't deserve to have that anyways, energy. Okay? If you can see that happening for you, then that is a reality where you already exist. If you can see the timeline that you would love to be on, but you have no idea how to get there, and so you sit in this painful little spot over here. If you can see that timeline, then it already exists. You're already doing it on some timeline. And all you have to do is figure out how to make the choices, to have the energy to see it through the emotion and the perception in this timeline that you do in that one. And that's what this Lion's Gate is about, is this energy of giving you another shot where it will be amplified, your perception, your choice, your decision to see the world with the cat alive instead of to see the world through everything that you are bringing with you. That choice to see the cat as alive is another chance that the universe is giving us during a highly powerful energy amplification. However you would like to hear that, to pull that in, whatever you're thinking about as we are stepping through this Lion's Gate energy is what will be amplified for you. So if you are sitting in, I don't know how, I can't do it, I need to fix this, that's the only person for me, this is the only way I can do that, that is the energy that you are amplifying. Not the solution for that, but the fear in that. Many people, when they try to do manifestation, they do it from a space of fear. They do it from a space of sadness. And this is not necessarily manifestation because it's literally you choosing a different reality. Look at it how you want to look at it, but the same energetic space, the same emotional space, the same spiritual space is necessary when you step into this Lion's Gate energy. It is literally your choice. Is the cat alive or dead? Yes, breaking the circle, breaking the pattern. There's even a trend, if we go worldwide, there's even a trend worldwide in the way that information is presented, the way that things are sold, that's called the disruptor. To disrupt the patterns of business, of computer interaction, of personal interaction, to disrupt that is to change the entire system and to create something new. Energetically with protests, that is disrupting the system to change it and create something new, no matter what it is that they're protesting for. There is a space in us that needs to disrupt the pattern, and they're giving us that choice right now, energetically. Here you go. Here you go. Are you ready? The cat's alive or dead. Here's a box. Do you want to keep doing the shit you've already been doing, that you know how it turns out, you know how it feels, you know how the joy over here feels, you know how the pain over here feels? Or are you going to have a cat that's alive with brand new stuff and new adventures and new possibilities? And it doesn't mean you can't bring some of those old people with you, but you certainly can't look at them in the same way. You certainly can't engage with them in the same way. When the cat is alive, it is a life that is in energy of laughter, of joy. That is what disrupts the heavy energy. If you're sitting and thinking about horrible stuff, or horrible stuff about yourself, horrible stuff about the world, laughter will break up that energy. Laughter will dissipate that energy. Joy will dissipate that energy. That comes from the purest part of our connection with divine, our human joy, our human laughter. When you laugh, that's why this whole laughing yoga, when you laugh, you can often let go of everything except what you're laughing about. When you have really good coitus, you can forget about everything else that you're doing. When you're deep in a meditation, you can forget everything else in your life. These are the moments that we connect with divine fully. These are the moments that we want to amplify in life. And by living a life that is full of those moments, you are choosing to amplify that, and it allows the universe to put the fate that you are supposed to be on, that you planned out for yourself, right the fuck in front of you. And you will see it more clearly, and you will hear it more clearly, and you will have the divine clarity that you are looking for. And all of it comes from deciding, is the cat alive or dead? All of it comes from this Lionsgate energy of stepping into a new reality, or the version of reality that the universe kept trying to get you to do and you kept rejecting. It's like we're giving it another shot. Now, it may come around again. We might have another big energetic thing in a year or two or whatever, but do you want to spend another year in your karmic loop? Do you want to spend another year with the same old people and the same old problems and the same old pains over and over and over again? Maybe you do. It's totally your choice. I'm not one to judge. I've sat in many karmic loops. It's your choice. And that's what we're doing with this Lionsgate. It's a choice. How do you see the world? Are you ready to step into the perception that you are an amplification of divine? Are you ready to see all people through the eyes of God, to recognize the God in them before you look at their actions in every situation? Are you ready to empathize with somebody's pain, to feel someone's pain before you point the finger at them? Are you ready to believe all the good stuff about yourself that is necessary for you to be in that flow of divine energy? I don't know. It's up to you. Maybe you want more time in the karmic loop. Maybe you need more time in the karmic loop. But I'm telling you, if you have a vision in your head of something different than where you are, that looks beautiful and wonderful and everything that you could ever want, this is the point where you pick. And like I said, that doesn't mean it won't come around again. But energetically, it's like at the perfect temperature. It's the perfect temperature to add all the ingredients to your new life. Okay? So, going through the Lionsgate, is your cat alive or dead? You get to choose. Right now, they're both existing. It is existing as both alive and dead. And you get to choose where this timeline goes, because this is where your consciousness is right now. Yes, hello. Here comes my co-host. That marks the end of the Lionsgate show, when my own lion comes through comes through the shot. All right, I love you guys. I'm so grateful. Please use this Lionsgate energy for all the things, all the joy, all the laughter, all the things. I love you dearly. You are beloved. You matter. It's alive. And you are so loved. Thank you.